on their T side, and then somehow scraping 5 rounds in a row. That was really impressive comeback from them. There were some big rounds as well. One of the rounds that sticks out most prominently for me is the one where Get Right was like lurking in the smoke, and he had like 2 players in front of him trying to do his classic post-plant play. He had some really good advantageous position, and then lost the one-on-one duel with Crims. That was one of the most exciting moments for me. But talking on big plays, Olaf Meister, 39 frags. Thoughts?
Not quite the 40 bomb.
Not quite the 40 bomb.
That's all I have to say. Never mind the 39 frags.
Right? You don't really turn up.
Sometimes you get 4 bombs, yeah. When I play Olaf Meister and Flusher, I'm on the 4 bomb hype.
That's true.
But well, it's only one time. But you know, yeah, he's playing out of his mind, and but you know, it's crazy to think he had 39 kills and they only won 16-14.
Well, that's the whole thing. It was such a close game, and it could have gone either way. That last round was very important. A lot of people tweeting at me saying I gave the caster's curse by saying NiP were going to come back. I assure you guys, they can't hear me. There's no such thing as a caster's curse.
It's not down to casters.
I'm kind of speculating what I think is going to happen in the game. I thought the way NiP were playing, they were going to get back into that and bring it to 15-15. I wanted that to happen. I'm not trying to ruin it. I'm trying to curse it.
I'm glad you clarified that, Henry, because I thought you were cursing people.
Really? Okay. Well, we'll set it up now.
So it was a good, you know, score-wise, it was a good performance by NiP. They can't be too upset about that.
Well, you say that, but like, it can be. It's even more devastating sometimes when you get so close and you throw it away on the last round. Like that build-up and that hype and the energy you built, and then just to lose in that last round in a kind of sloppy way. Get-Right was playing so well on that inside bomb site, and I think he got a little bit too aggressive in that last round. They kind of read how he was playing it on the lower ramp. Came in there as 3 people, faced him, and then they got straight into the B bomb site. And Chris probably really upset with that last round. He might carry that on into Mirage, which is a nice segue onto the next round.
Indeed it is. Speaking of segues, they are legal in Spain, unlike the UK.
Loads of those. Yeah,
you've got segues in DreamHack, security go up and down in segues, and on the beach as well.
It's pretty cool.
Random facts. So we're going into Mirage. It's a I don't know if you can hear those weird sounds, but I certainly can. So it's a map that NiP played TSM at recently, and what was it 16-13?
16-13. It was actually a game that NiP threw, if you like. People saying that they did a very crucial mistake. I was actually eating when that game went on, but I did see the highlights. So the key round, when it was 12-12, NiP opted for a push-up middle. And when you normally push up middle, you need backup. You need people going up with you, going frag with frag. There was CT, jumped out a window, and it was Forrest who went up middle by himself. He got taken down by Device, and in reaction to that, Alu pushed the B-apps. He got taken down as well, and it was such a crucial round. And I'm not saying that the middle push is a bad play ever. Like, it's good to surprise your teammates, but sending one person up just to get wrecked, it's almost like you're gifting them the round. So that was a big problem for them. Like, NiP looked really strong on Mirage. It could have gone either way. Taking a team like TSM to 16-13, and now taking Fnatic to 16-14 on Train, like, it shows then they're still here. They're still contending for like a top position.
Indeed, and that does bode well, because Mirage was a map that TSM dominated in FACEIT League Stage 1, which helped them win. You know, they are the reigning champions coming in to this tournament. But we'll see if NiP can do it here versus Fnatic. But then Fnatic, obviously, you know, they're all back to form now. JW having all his fun with AWPs, all Mag 7s alike.
Well, this is going to be very important. You know, JW likes to warp on Mirage as well. Alu was finding some decent form there, hitting some good picks at the start of the round. Mirage always comes down to the AWPers holding middle, really. Like, if they can find picks, it's so beneficial to teams, especially as T side. If you can contend the middle area, get the mid control, and then get your AWPers into advantageous positions, it's normally very beneficial to the team. So we saw Olaf Meister getting 39 frags last game, right? And they only won 16-14. If he can't find that kind of form, again, maybe perhaps this is where NiP can get back into this after showing that they can take TSM to 16-13.
Yeah, well, Mirage should be a map which has less spots with variance as Train, you know, X pushes the smoke while Y is over here, and then who knows what happens. You know, in terms of mid pushes, Fnatic are a team who will do mid pushes, but very organized, have someone covering the underpass area, you know, covering their backs, doing it as a proper unit. So if NiP can do the same, then who knows which direction this goes in. Of course, there will be other points of contention, such as Palace pushes, and you know, on either side, CT's pushing the Palace, the T's, can they hold it, and so on.
Well, one thing to know as well, last game, like we said before, this is the Swedish derby. Both teams know each other very well. They know exactly how, like, the CT positions, like, they know the positions they like to hold. Freiburg, for me, is like one of the best A players at the moment on Mirage. I think he holds it brilliantly. Like, there's a lot, it mixes up a lot between like shadow, facing, watching for people walking out smoke. And this is kind of interesting to see how it goes down. Like, will Fnatic be expecting that? Will NiP be mixing it up a little bit more? We saw them doing unusual playstyles for them. They actually were pushing Ivy a lot more. They're doing more surprising stuff. And I think we're going to see a lot of more stuff that's not normally in either team's playbooks. That's what I predict anyway. I think it's going to be another crazy game full of high-octane moments.
For those of you at home, one thing to keep an eye on the minimap is the connector area, which is always very important in what's available to the T side. You know, they'll often try to take control of it in various ways, coming in from underpass, having smokes flying over from the B bomb site towards CPL and other places. So the CTs and the Ts will be contesting for this area. It will be very important in how the A site is taken and if they choose to go B, because if you have control of connector, obviously, then it makes the pinch a lot easier, a lot less places to hide for the CTs.
There's a lot of smokes teams are doing at the moment. The main one for connector is the one that lands literally on the CT side of it, the Ts can do. And that is it's a perfect position. There is a CT in there playing, like you can isolate him and take him down quite easily. That's what we'll see a lot of. Like the mid control is very important, obviously. There's two ways to take it. You can either do the smoke that covers off short, or you can go directly for the window, depending on whether you want to go for the AWP pick. I think that's going to be important. I think the AWP's going to be so big this map. I think we'll be seeing Alu having to pull out all the stops. He'll have to do a lot of exciting stuff. But the pistols, again, we saw a couple of inside rushes. I think Fnatic delayed their inside rush, but that's what they went for as well. NiP went for the straight inside. They got the bomb down, but with no response whatsoever after that. On Mirage, you can either do two things. A lot of teams will opt for that B rush again on the pistols, but I think Fnatic will slow it down. They seem to be a bit more methodical. They get the one smoke with the 4 armors and just delay it a little bit more, smoke off one choke point, and then they go. NiP seem to be favoring this very fast play style.
Indeed, I'm quite curious to see how the AWPers will move around the map. We often see Ali on the CT side, for example, around the connector area, around the mid area for obvious reasons. But JW will see how flexible he is.
Just to touch one more thing. When NiP get the dual AWP set up, I think that's when they're at their most effective. Forest normally will be AWPing the B apartments on Mirage, and that's when they can allow him to play that position by himself. That trumpet can't be going on the stream.
I don't know if the trumpet's on the stream,
crazy
but
trumpet.
I just hear random trumpet noises.
Sorry. So yeah, the dual AWP setup I think was when NiP played their strongest. When Forest can get in the B apartments, hold the bomb side by himself, it allows him to have a very strong middle presence, very strong A presence, and Forest can normally find 1 or 2 kills in that situation. A lot of teams won't go towards B too much. They normally focus on mid and A, but that's what I'd like to see NiP do, especially on their CT side. I want to see them get the dual AWPs running and being a bit more dynamic, going for those early picks and doing stuff that's surprising.
Indeed. In terms of surprises, there are a few other shenanigans to look out for as well, like the bricks around the corner from short to B. Sometimes you can have players boosted over them if the CTs choose to smoke off, and if you have someone there with an AWP, for example, then who knows what surprises can be coming the way of the CTs. There are also some sneaky angles as well, like on the B-bomb site there are some boxes where it doesn't look like it, but you can walk up to them and it gives you a very tight angle onto the apps area of B as well, which is very hard. If you're a T walking through the windows, it is a very hard angle to pre-aim. The only person I've ever seen do it successfully is actually Sniper for Team Immunity in the Oceanic region, pre-firing a CT in that position. But again, many little nuances on this map to know and learn. Excuse me. So, NiP will start on the CT side. It'll be Freiberg carrying a kit, while the rest of them will simply opt for the armor. We'll stick with the USPs and P2000s, which will have superior range to those Glocks of the Fnatic side. 3 sets of Kevlar for Fnatic. Pronax, of course, being the nade man. You can see the presence in the underpass, but Ali's going to spot it quickly, but he's going to get pre-fired down to 5 HP immediately. He's going to have to move into a more passive position and have a teammate come in to help. You saw a passive angle there from Forest. He can jump onto that piece of wood and see exactly like that. So that's normally where you see a double stack from the Ts, but he's going to have a teammate coming in from the underpass, and he will come in to find a second frag. JW and Krim's going to go down. Olaf pushing a slope now, but there's no one down for NiP just yet. He will also fall. Maybe we're going to see a clean sheet from NiP now. Pronex coming in onto the connector stairs, but he will find no frags. Only Freiberg is dead. Bomb gets planted by Flusher, and then the round will find its conclusion.
That was such great communication from NiP there. Like the fact that they even, I think there was Alu in the connector, they took the headshot, but the fact he can give the call off, the 2 people who come underpass, get right, react to that straight away. Classic lurking role from him, pushing into underpass and doing the complete backstab, cleaning out completely. It's a shame after such a clean round from them, they got the bomb down. It's going to allow them to do a full Glock here by the looks of it. I think it's probably the best call for them now. Get the full eco here, get the AKs next round, and you can see NiP reacting to that. They're going to full rifles. There's no going to be messing around with any SMGs. Apart from Freiberg, he's playing the close area on A, so it kind of works for him in that situation.
Indeed, this has been a common story all LAN, second buy after a successful pistol being mostly the primary rifles as opposed to the SMG. So it's going to be 2 men and a decoy over towards the B bomb site for NiP, while they'll have 3 towards A, passively looking towards mid. Slow start from Fnatic, 1 person in the palace area, 2 just leaving T-spawn around the B apps area. 1 underpass and 1 further up in B apps. Again, just P250s and the Glock onto Pronax. Fnatic very passive indeed. And I mean, Titan, for example, in this situation, rather than going all for pistols, I'll get a few smokes in there and go for a
That's what
plant.
I prefer. I like that. I think you have a much more viable chance of getting a bomb down in that situation, especially when you know that you're just trying to get the bomb down. There's no chance to win the round, really. So that's what I would prefer them to do. I'm not really sure where they're going to go with this. They have got the PC-50s in hand. I think they're just ascertaining what is available. You can see them getting some map control here, getting into the ladder room there.
Yeah, Ali spotted him jump past, and NiP will position themselves accordingly. 2 frags coming in so far. Crims will take down Forest, but can NiP stop the bleed? Losing 2 plays now. Look at the health on these players. There are 2 Fnatic players left. They picked up an MP7 as well. Alu 2 HP. Exist has less than 20, and they're going to have to go onto the B bomb site. This is going to be a difficult one. They actually think it's A. This could be a catastrophe. Exist is the only one with a kit, and they still haven't realized. They're still pushing the site. When are they going to realize they're on the wrong bomb site? They're still pushing. How do they not realize? There are 5 players there. Nasu's not here today, but so you can't make the call. They finally realize it's going to be B. And look at the post-plant positions. This is a disaster. They can't even push because of the health from these plays. They can only save now.
What a nightmare. That is a round I was saying that Fnatic was just going to get the bomb down, but what a fantastic play for them. Like, they did such a convincing job on A, taking a couple of frags there. They just walked into B, and it was like 20 seconds before they even realized that the bomb was down B.
They had 4 P250s and the Glock.
And no utility whatsoever. Like, that's crazy. Like, NiP are going to be so frustrated that one. They managed to save some guns. It's not the end of the world. They can contest this one, but right now, it looks like Fnatic are all guns blazing. It looks like most players are heading towards the B area. They're going to have 1 person towards the A bomb site, but I can't believe that round. That's pretty crazy stuff. You don't see many rounds like that.
Yeah, NiP have had some unfortunate times on either side of... Actually, no, their CT sides against Forces at this tournament don't seem to be going very well on this map. Against TSM went for a force buy, and NiP lost every play without getting a single frag. On the last Mirage, GetRight's going to get too close, and JW play the corner of the smoke, and one of these rifles will go down for NiP. Forrest looking for some weaponry, but he can't seem to find it. It's possible that JW may have shot it, or maybe it's still on the balcony itself. Question is, how hungry is Forrest for this gun? He's going to go for the peek and see... Oh, a very nice pick up there. He'll hold the angle. He has armor, as do the rest of his team. Fnatic still playing it very passively indeed. They have a lurker towards the A site, as NiP starting to move into mid, but going to move out again.
So he's just dropped 1 smoke into CT spawn there, and you can see the reaction from CT straight away, like kind of being pulled towards that smoke, and it's going to be just enough to allow Fnatic to get into this bomb site, I think.
Yeah, well, he's got Ali moving into the shop area. He'll have an angle on these apps, which can help for us. He's going to get flashed again, but it's the numbers of Fnatic which are being thinned here, down to a 2 versus 3. Flush with only 4 HP here, and Ali needs the hold. There goes the bomb. Going to pull out the pistol, see what he can do. Trying to pre-fire, but he will lose to Crims. So Freiberg to try and clutch now. Doesn't have a helmet, which means Flusher could do significant damage with his MP7 if he finds an angle. Freiberg going to push all the way through the shop. Can't get the frag just yet onto Crims. Got to be careful about being traded now. Going to get the first frag. Can he identify where Flusher is? Again, Flusher with 4 HP. Going to fake the defuse as he's still reloading, and lots of fakes coming in. But there's the angle on Flusher. He will be found, and Freiberg will put his team back in the lead here.
Yeah, great individual performances on the B bomb site there. I think Forrest picking up that initial frag, slowing down the push into B bomb site was very crucial. Alu doing some amazing work there and managing to get 2 of his own. And that looked like the round was actually going in the favor of Fnatic, picking up the first frag, getting their way over to the B bomb site and having that little fake onto A. It looked like a really nice setup. But NiP individual performances prevail, and they managed to get themselves back into this after that devastating second round.
Well, Fnatic got the plant, and they will bring out the buy once more. Going to continue the pressure here from NiP. Nothing to lose in this situation apart from NiP's economy. So Fnatic with the entire team over towards the A site, setting up for some grenades. Let's see what kind of variation we will have on this smoke execute, because there are many now. They seem to be ever growing. Could this be a standard one? JW going to peek before the smokes go down, and it will pay off for him. Exist going to leave the building. Freiberg peeking over the smoke, but how much will he see? He's going to get punished as well. 3 players down for NiP so far, and they can't stop the bomb from going down either. Get Right manages to find 2 frags, but NiP evening things up now. Alu getting a frag from the back, but both players are known for the moment. Alu getting another frag through the corner of the smoke, and now there's a smoke on the platform here, and they're going to have to go for a defuse with Get Right, while Alu holds the angle. Get Right's the man with the kit. He's going to go for the fake. They're going to try and do it together. Another nade coming in, but JW doesn't fall for the bait. He's got a small angle there, and he's going to find Get Right. Alu finds a trade, and he'll find a kit and the defuse, but they've survived with 1 player once more.
That was so sick from Alu and Get Right there. Like, really good communication and teamwork. Managing to get 2 big frags. Alu with the backstab as well. That spray from Get Right and CT Spawn, like, that was like godlike. That was so big. That, if he hadn't made those 2 kills there, that round was going nowhere near them. So we've got a little replay here. This is the round I'm talking about. This is the frag I was talking about. Spraying on here, locks onto the other player. But that's sick.
Indeed.
That's such good spray control. That's huge kills.
Get Right is the spray lord, and I truly thought that round was lost, but NiP will say it's not over until it's over. They extend their lead to 2. You can see the pressure beginning on the Fnatic economy, but they got to plant again, and they will have 2 AKs as exist. Oh, we have double P90 coming out. That is just perverted. See what he can do. Olaf Meister top mid going to take down Exist after being dinked. That nade going to do a bit more damage, but it's 3 versus 3. They've got a minute 20 on the clock to play with, still control of the bomb, so it's all in Fnatic's hands here. Wow. As Freiberg finds a headshot with that P90, that is going to be a kick in the teeth for Olaf Meister. He only had 49 HP, but no one likes getting fragged from distance with the P90. Still though, there is something to be done here from Fnatic. NiP have 2 sites to defend with only 3 players. That is exactly the angle I was talking about, standing on those boxes. Very hard to pre-aim and find a frag. That will leave Flusher on 9 HP. He will go down as well. Very importantly, NiP will survive on 3 players, and that P90 will be upgraded to an AK.
Yeah, they're winning some really important rounds here. You look at the economy on Fnatic, they're being forced to an eco now. So NiP recovering from that second round, like, horrible situation. They're actually doing really well now. Great play from Get Right. I'm loving his lurking role here. Like, he's getting so much information by pushing close up in those B halls, and that's really key for them right now. Allows the CTs to rotate and get some more information. And the fact they made the P90s work for them as well was pretty impressive. And now we have a Deagle, some CZs for Fnatic. We saw it go so well for them in the second round, but hopefully Lightning won't strike twice here.
Indeed, Fnatic coming out with the poverty buy, but that's a grenade at the stairs, while there's flames going on all over the place. Crims doesn't have the bomb, but he could get some damage in here. And again, got to be nervous when Fnatic are on the eco here, because they haven't gone well for NiP in this tournament so far. There is a nice one, not losing a single player. That will give them an opportunity to build the bank. You can see the players, the numbers, the money, ranging between $3,000 and $8,000 before the beginning of this round. They're going to replenish their nades, and away they go. Buy coming out for Fnatic as well. Full nades, full AKs, no AWP onto JW.
I haven't seen an AWP this map, I don't think. Like, it's been so back and forth. Like, the economy's been kind of stretched for both teams. This is interesting now. Look what NiP are doing. There are 4 people towards the A-bomb site. Very aggressive play for them. I love this. They don't do enough of this in their strategies normally.
Indeed. But there is only 1 lurker to be found. Will there be a flash for Freiberg? Indeed there will. Here he comes, but there's a good position there. It's hard to flash a player in that specific position. That's like the only position where you can reasonably avoid flashbangs from coming in. So the plan has not gone the way of NiP so far. Only 2 players remaining as the bomb gets collected by Crimson. He will rotate. There is 1 player for either site, but really the rotation needs to come in towards A, as Alu is left alone. And we'll see if he can get a quick frag onto the player on site, then who knows. He's got to look at the right angle at the right time though, and timing will not be on his side. Flusher finding the frag as Alu looks towards the slope, leaving Get Right alone versus 4.
I actually liked what NiP did there. I think going up middle would have been a smarter position. Like, it was great to surprise Fnatic and try and get an opening frag, full back, but going through the palace area and the lower A ramp, like, you're kind of still segregated. The T's are going to be waiting for you in that situation. I prefer them to go up middle. Quite a big round as well. Fnatic did have a decent buy there, and I'm sure the NiP economy is still strong, but they're going to be frustrated with that one a little bit.
Indeed, they will. But they need to put it past them now and move forward to the future, as their tournament is on the line if Fnatic are to continue to build rounds here. Only 2 rounds on the board so far, 3-round lead here for NiP, and if they win this round, maybe they can put Fnatic back on the eco if they don't plant. JW looking focused, looking undeterred by that previous performance.
So this is nice. Alu now mixing it up, changing the pace, getting the AWP out, and it looks like it's going to be a very fast execute from Fnatic. They're going to be getting straight in there, and a change of pace for them as well.
Indeed, Alu with a very fast execute all on his own, coming down mid, checking underpass. Lots of activity in mid from NiP, and they could have a quick rotation here through Connector as these smokes go down, but JW again is going to come in with 2 entry frags.
Yeah.
He doesn't even need an AWP to get to work here for Fnatic. Early disadvantage for NiP, and can they even go for it at this point?
I think, well, I was going to say no chance at all, but GetRight's got other ideas. Where is he right now?
Well, the bomb's only just been planted. GetRight is in the CT position. Forest finds a frag onto Olofmeister, so time is on their side, 3 versus 3, and they are already very close indeed. On limited nades, they could put a smoke onto the bomb, which might force the pressure here. GetRight finding a frag onto Flusher, and he will continue to advance onto the site again. That smoke goes down. Are they going to go for the smoke defuse? It seems they are, if GetRight can find the bomb. But he's going to get instantly headshot through the smoke by Crims. Alu will be taken out by Pronax.
Yes.
And that will be it, gone for NiP.
Some great individual performances coming out from both teams here. GetRight seems to be playing out of his mind, finding frags out of nowhere. JW going into that bomb site and finding 2 frags so quickly. Amazing work from him. The round was a little bit too close for my liking in the end, but they get their 3rd one on the board now. 5-3. Economy has been reset for GetRight, for NiP, sorry.
GetRight and friends.
GetRight and friends. And they're going to be on the PT50s and a Deagle as well. So this is a chance for Fnatic to gain some momentum here. They need to be very careful not to drop any frags. Play the round a little bit slower. Work out what the CTs are doing. See where the stack is at. It's quite a classic setup. You can see NiP pushing short here, trying to work out what's going on.
Indeed. So Alu, is his gun going to expose him if he moves to the left? Olaf looking for some early information. JW's going to get caught with a smoke out. He's going to miss the no-scope, and there goes the AWP. Alu getting the information for his team, but he's not going to get the frag. 180 from Crims will do the job. Freiburg soon to follow. 3 versus 4, and nades coming in, but they're coming in favor of NiP at the moment. 2 versus 2 now, and it's Forrest with an AWP, of which he is more than capable with. And exists with 3 HP. That's Flash will not find any frags for either side. We've got one Fnatic player in the Palace as one is on triple, and Forrest will go for the wallbangs here, but now he has to wonder, does he save the gun? Starting to move into more passive positions as he does not want to get traded. 45 HP, no armor. He will make a break for it, and only Crims and Pronax will survive here for Fnatic.
Yeah, it's a really good eco by them. Taking 3 kills down, picking up an AWP, like you can't really ask for much more than that on a almost full eco. They didn't take any utility. I think they had a P250 and a Deagle. As long as he saves that, that's actually really good for them. The money's not great right now, so yeah, like I said before, they're saving the orbs amazing. So they'll be able to buy this round. It'll be interesting to see whether JW opts for an AWP here. You can see the money, yep, there we go. He's dropped one in. This is where it gets interesting. The Battle of the Orbs is really crazy on Mirage. Like, it can be such a point of contention on all places on the map. Both teams will be moving the AWP around in every single position and trying to surprise the teams. It'll be interesting to see what NiP do now. Like, we saw them do a couple of aggressive rounds. Looks like doing something more passive here, and Alu will be running around trying to see what he can do with the AWP.
Right, can NiP stop the bleeding here? We have a fast push through underpass, but not fast enough to meet those. I think that was double nades coming in from NiP. You can see Exist trying to punish with flashes coming in from a teammate. So this is nice play, nice coordination by NiP. But Fnatic just not in the right place, not quite all the way into the bear traps being laid by NiP at the moment. Forrest readjusting his position to try and find the underpass lurkers. I mean, he will move away just as Crims comes into what would have been his vision. So NiP unlucky in a number of small scenarios early on in this, as Exist is lost elsewhere. Freiburg maybe looking for an aggressive push. You can hear Fnatic slowly clearing out areas, and they're going to maybe rotate a 3rd player over towards A. But there is a lurker towards mid who might find a frag here. Alu taking down Olofmeister, but he's soon to be dispatched of by Pronax, finding 2 frags onto the A sites. NiP find themselves again in the 2 versus 4. Forrest finding the lurker there, but being left with 3 HP. How much can he do? Almost a headshot onto a jumping player, but won't be enough. Flusher with 2 frags of his own. And Fnatic tie things up.
They're doing really well now. That was a really nice technical round for them. Making the first pick there and not committing too much. They're not giving anything away as well. Like, they're actually walking into the A site. Instead of telegraphing they're coming in and doing all the smokes and everything like that, they just simply walked in and got frag for frag. And that's really how you play Mirage perfectly. Getting 1 frag anywhere, and it's slowing the gameplay right down and just filling the CTs out and questioning what's going on.
So, force buy coming out for NiP. We've got 5-7 P250 smoke flash diffuse kit onto Forest instead of some Kevlar. Get right coming in for the flank, but surely Crims is going to hear him. Crims is not going to hear him. Get right's running. He's not going to look. Oh, he's going to check. Oh, he's not going to get enough damage on. And NiP still managed to find 2 frags elsewhere. So things getting interesting here. But again, lots of time on the clock for Fnatic to do something. Forrest has picked up an AK-47 for all of a second as JW takes him down. Retrieved by Alu, however. Quick peek from Freiburg, and he'll make his escape with a gun to boot. All the players for Fnatic more or less in mid at the moment. JW not even going to wait for his teammates. He's going to creep through Connexar, find a frag onto Freiburg, leaving only Alu versus Free. He's going to find himself a 2-man spray down on short, and he's got the bomb as well. Smokes it off. JW's in trouble here. He is the no-fear man for the NiP side. He is no stranger to clutch. Alu moving into the ladder room, finding himself a nice angle. He's going to go for a flank of his own. Indeed, he is. And there may be no sound cues here for JW, wondering where Alu is. If Alu jumps off these bricks, then JW may hear him. Otherwise, he has to try and identify exactly where Alu is. Is he in B? Is he in the ladder room? JW has picked up the bomb, and he's walking into the site. Alu, by not jumping off these bricks, he can jump back into the window, and JW may look everywhere but short once this bomb goes down for Alu. Alu hears the plant, and the flank starts already. You can see JW knows that Alu, he could have gone underpass. Oh, he found him on short, and the duel will begin. They're both on similar health. JW with a nade in his hand, going to get the molly down and come out and find the frag regardless. Again, no fear from JW. Clutches it for his team, and Fnatic take the lead.
I thought Alu actually had a really nice position there when he was upstairs in the ladder room, looking at the bomb. Like, he still had positions where he could fall back. This was sick by him. This spray down was so key, and that was a force buy from them. And it'll be interesting to see where the economy's sat right now. After that force buy, they can get the AWP back out, so the all battle will continue now. And a change of pace now maybe for Fnatic. Like, if they can keep doing these fast takes, as you say that, Alu actually gets quite a free frag there. Interesting to see. You don't really see a lot of that. Most teams will smoke off these areas.
You can stand on top of the ladder itself, which is a bit of a blind spot, but easily pre-fired by professional players. So close, but didn't really work out for Alu in that position, but he's given his team an early advantage here onto NiP, who seem to be, onto Fnatic, who seem to be favoring the A site, and there is a crucial frag by Freiburg, gets traded, and very quickly it's going to be 2 versus 2 now. Olofmeister close to Connector, just going to dance around the smoke and try and take CT as his team look to plant the bomb. JW with a CZ frag onto Exist. Forrest coming close, and he is the only one left now. Nice spray through the smoke, putting himself in a 1 versus 2. But again, he's got to be wary if he chooses to push this of a trade fragger, and indeed he's going to reset his position and find himself a 1 versus 1, but he can't get the angle onto Crims in time, and Fnatic will survive with 1 player.
All of these rounds are so close. Like, even every eco round is going down to almost a one-on-one situation. Really exciting game, and it's Fnatic now who is stringing together the momentum. You can see another force buy coming in from NiP. Get right with a scout. Like, we know he's going to jump around between the B apartments, but as long as Fnatic play this correctly, it seems like it's going to be a very difficult round. They've got 1 kit, no utility to hold Fnatic off. Like, this is just a case of them just holding and making sure they don't make any mistakes right now.
They've basically got no nades. Speaking of nades, get right, it's going to completely dodge that one. Very lucky indeed. Second attempt comes in, and it's going to miss. There are gaps behind the van, so it could go off the playable area of the site. So get right, very lucky indeed. And he's going to continue his Super Mario Brothers for now. That is something that is not popular with professional players at all, but it continues to linger in the game.
I think it sucks.
I'm with you. So NiP, how long can they survive for? Again, Forrest, maybe he'll go for a jump up on that piece of wood to see if there is a boost coming in from the T's. They've spotted a player in the underpass, but Forrest is not going to overextend. Crims tagged down to 3 HP, and we'll see a peek over towards the B bomb site.
It's coming.
It is possible to smoke off that area from the B stairs, but they're just going to force the issue and try and rush him down. Look at the tags, though. Look at the health on the Fnatic players. They are in the danger zone here. They found themselves 1 frag, but the need's going to get more. Get right, gets 1 P250 kill, and it's 2 versus 4, but again, the spray down could be very real indeed. Ali finds 1 frag. He knows there's a player in bench, doesn't get the angle onto Olofmeister, but he's got time to reload. So 2 versus 2 now, and again, The damage coming in, Ali with a fantastic snap straight to the face, and NiP get another round on the board.
Get that shot of Get Right there. Did you see how important and how many tags he got on the B apartments? I think he hit 3 people, and that just means the retake for his team then becomes incredibly easy. They can work out where the T's are, and just spray in their general direction, they're going down. So fantastic work from him, like a great call to take that scout. Like he really, like the slow play from Fnatic actually let them down there. Maybe a faster push would have stopped that completely. They were a bit apprehensive once they realized he was there.
Yeah, well, they're abusing what is in the game, and it's paid off.
Yeah, 3
NiP
tags.
closing the gap. 2 rounds remaining here as Fnatic are forced onto the pistols. It has been a war of attrition despite them winning a number of rounds recently, and you can see the effects of it here. Limited nades, limited guns, but these duels can go either way. You saw Freiberg just before he looked away, found a player in Palace in the previous round. Get Right, going to find a spray down onto Pronax, and that is the smoke I was talking about. You can throw that smoke from close to the B stairs over the wall. There are variations. For those of you who know that smoke already, Versus Pro have a faster version of it, so pay attention to that in demos. Another frag, this time for Freiberg, taking down JW. So far, so good here for NiP, looking to even things up once more. Only 2 rifles here for Fnatic, make that 1. Olaf Meister being taken down by Forest in a surprise angle. Flusher and Crims remain versus 5. And this does not bode well going into the final round here for Fnatic.
No, you can see they force-bought this one, not really being able to make any frags whatsoever. As long as NiP play this one safe, don't give anything away, it's going to be put Fnatic in a difficult position. They're not going to be able to buy a whole lot going into the final round.
Well, just Flusher remains, and Fnatic will not find a single frag in that round. So let's see what they have on offer for the last, and it's not much. We're going to the jumbo sale, the charity shop here. We've got Nanny's rags to wear in this last round for Fnatic.
Yeah, like hopefully we'll see them get some smokes on the board. Simple they execute, get the bomb down, hope you can pull out the clutch situation. But players opting towards the B area right now. A couple of guys going towards A, maybe an A split here from underpass in the A ramp.
Well, let's see what Fnatic can do. Again, all capable players with all types of weaponry are Fnatic. Olaf Meister is going to be the one rocking the AK. We'll see what he can do. JW, Tech 9, no armor. The rest of them have Kevlar at least. Pronax, bomb carrier, HE carrier. NiP with a few nades in the bag. Got some Molotovs here. Counter flashes, full defuse kits exist first to fall down. Again, JW with no armor, still very dangerous indeed. Got a teammate to come in. Can he find a trade? No, aim punch is going to be too much. Alu, 2 frags. Got those mollies coming in now, and these pop flashes, which will slow down the advance. The nade will send Alu packing. 3 versus 3. Freiberg trying to find an angle. Got 2 angles to take care of as Fnatic move towards the connected area. He'll take down the side player. There's a player in sandwich as well. He can allow Forest to find a frag there. That's a bomb. Pronax remains in the connected area. I've been spotted by the last player. Now, NiP will set up to try and guarantee a trade here. You can see a position on top of the stairs. And they're just going to spray down, but he needs to be careful. Pronax has picked up an M4 now, and he's still got 25 seconds to play with, but Get Right and co will finish him off as NiP take the lead going into the second half.
Really interesting how Fnatic were able just to walk in connector there and pick up a frag on exist. Like, in that sort of round, you should have some sort of view, or that's what's going on in that area. Should never be able to happen, but NiP managing to recover, win the half 8-7. And how do you feel about that? Who do you think is going to be happier at that half?
I don't think there's happiness from either side at the moment. I think they're all in a sea of depression.
It looks like it. Look, there's no hype at all right now.
Only victory will bring them out.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of a disappointing half from both angles. I don't think either team will be particularly happy with it. But we can see NiP now. I said before they like to opt for a much faster strategy, not rushing straight in. Seems like there's going to be some sort of method to the madness.
So Flusher is the defuse man for the ranked 1 side in the world. NiP with a point to prove, going to be pushing with 3 sets of armor. Get Right's going to be the raid boss. This is good to see. Often we see him with dual brushes and no armor, but he's been dropped to Tech 9. Let's see if he can get it to work. Ali's going to be the first to fall here. Olaf backing off as he's got 2 players in connector, and he is running distraction for his team, making it all the way back to a double peak here. But Get Right's going to try and run distraction himself and keep them there as the rest of his team set up with post-plant positions. 2 in CT for NiP now. Going to get 1 frag onto Olaf Meister. Flusher taking down Exist in return. Freiburg in sandwich area, 2 versus 4. He needs to find headshots. He's got 2 to contend with. He finds 1. Get right goes. So Freiburg going to come in with 2 frags. Get right coming in. And oh, the raid boss, the gun's going to run out of bullets. And has he got enough time? 3 HP with flush of 86. He's got the kit and he's going to find a frag. Has he got time to defuse the bomb? No, he doesn't. It's going to be the round for NiP, 9-7.
Crazy scenes there. Like, it was a 4-on-2 situation, right? Get right just somehow doing amazing work there, staying alive to the last possible moment. I really liked it when he pushed into CD spawn, the raid boss mode, when he can get in there and not take any damage. But look at this moment from Freiburg here. Picking up 2 huge frags and sandwich. And this is the moment where Get Right comes to life, because he's able to stay alive as long as possible. And that's going to be a huge benefit to NiP's campaign now.
It's funny, Crims was actually collateral damage in that situation. The player Freiburg was chasing went around the corner. So unfortunate for Fnatic, gave NiP the edge they needed. Are we going to see 3 maps between these 2 titans of Swedish Counter-Strike? Ali's got a blind spot and it's been taken out by Pronax walking through the smoke. He will not claim the Mac 10 for his own just yet. He will play the safe one and escape. 3 NiP players in the mid area with a man at disadvantage. They won't be too concerned just yet. Olofmeister rocking the scouts. JW ever dangerous with any weapon in this game. Minutes on the clock for NiP to try and figure out what the play is here from Fnatic in terms of personnel and locations.
The good thing about Alu going down is he was like the scout player. He only had a Mac 10, so that's all they've really given away there. It's not like one of the AKs. You can see 4 of the other guys have opted for that. Looks like now they have got... Have they got any smoke? They have no smoke to speak of, actually. So NiP going into this bomb site now, they're going to have to rely purely on frags.
Indeed, and look at Pronax's forward position on B. That's going to allow his team to stack at the A site. NiP are playing into the stack here, and look at the time. This is ever so crucial because this could be a complete disaster. We might be about to witness a massacre. Somebody call the UN. This is going to get ugly. 20 seconds left and NiP are yet to push the site. Look at Crimson's position. He's not going to find any frags, but he's done some damage. 2 plays heavily tagged here and the scouts in CT spawn. This is not going to go well for NiP. 12 seconds and they're still in Palace. They might have to concede this now. Olofmeister with a jumping frag and another one on to exist. They have not given themselves enough time, NiP, to take this round. 3 versus 1. Freiburg in a horrible position and they will all go down.
Yeah, it's kind of disappointing, right? Like the fact they got themselves a great position there, but there's not enough time whatsoever. And like you said, pushing up in the B apartments there, that's such valuable information. They had no map control whatsoever on the. They had no map control anywhere apart from the A apartments. And walking out, Olof might have been able to pick out some easy frags there. They had too much to look at. The bomb had to go down. They had to get out and look at everything, and he's able to pick up some relatively simple kills there. And now NiP forced onto Tech 9s and Armor. They have got 2 smokes, in fact, and they're kind of walking now towards the B-bomb site. And I think this will be a slower round for them. They're actually going towards the underpass. So potential A split now coming in.
Anti-ecos on Mirage continue to be a serious issue here for NiP on both sides of the coin. Coin is currently being held by Fnatic, and it's shiny, and they want to keep it. Flush it with an angle onto Connector. That nade could be glorious. He's going to have help from JW. He's going to get traded, though, but the NiP players are all disappearing. Ali, with only 5 HP, will leave the building, leaving only Get Right with Kevlar and the Tech 9 to do what he can. He's got time to play with, but no more life. 4 players surviving for Fnatic as they move forward. Forrest, though, enjoying himself. Good spirits. Good to see on the NiP side, but Get Right again. Very competitive. He's very competitive and he is frustrated. If he's up against 5 AWPs and he's got a Glock and he's in mid and dust 2 and he loses, he would still be frustrated.
Well, very big round here. Well, actually, they're actually not even forcing anything. I guess they got the full force last round of the Tech 9s. We can see 1 player at a P250 and Armor there.
We've only got 10 viewers.
Well, yeah, that's all we can ever get.
With you on.
Yeah.
So the spray down starts here from Pronax. Can he get traded, though? Putting out the pistol to do more damage, and indeed he will. 3 players found for him. Alu finally trading. This nade is not going to do the job, hitting the ceiling there. Alu picks up a Mag 7, but he's going to get sprayed before he can escape, and that will be that. 3 people, Mr. Handsome Henry G, surviving for Fnatic.
Handsome?
So they say.
Thank you. Well, there we go then. This is going to be a very important round now. Look at, I actually really like this. Great reactive play from him. Good game sense. Nice couple of clean kills there. Will NiP take the AWP? They won't. 5 AKs now. They have got utility to play with. And interestingly enough, JW has got an MP7. Not really sure where he's going to go with that, but we know
JW can do
I know,
whatever he wants.
He can do anything with these SMGs. It makes me feel a bit sick sometimes, but there we go.
So, double nade attempt will yield few results. Smoke on the end of the balcony. Ooh, Prank's going to come in with the aggression, but it's not going to pay off. Flusher, will that Molotov even detonate? I don't think it made it into the app. So it did actually. Excuse me, what? Advantage NiP, and that frag will allow them to take the site. They can't get the spray down though, and suddenly it's advantage Fnatic with 3 people remaining for NiP. Bomb rotating away from the B bomb site. Olaf holding down A as well. So not many, not many options working out for NiP here. Just Exist and Freiburg versus 4. And now Exist is the only one left. This is a good hold for Fnatic, an important hold financially if they can continue, but let's see if Exist can pull out a clutch or some damage. Nope, that will be that. Only 1 player down for Fnatic, 4 surviving.
Okay.
Time to splash the cash.
The T side yesterday against TSM, NiP really struggled. They got 4 rounds in total, and this is the kind of situation now they need to work out what they're doing. I'd say take a pause next round, maybe even this round, just to work out how they're going to approach the future rounds. Fnatic seem to be gaining momentum and it's getting closer. The economy's on their side currently, and NiP have force bought here. They should have enough with the lost round bonuses to get back into the next round, but they have no utility again. It's going to be a case of running out somewhere and hoping for the best. This game has brought all sorts of excitement here, so don't count them out of this one just yet. Anything could happen. You walk into a connector area, you can pick up 2 frags with Tech9 very easily. So Fnatic needs to have some caution here. Make sure they don't give away anything. As I say, that JW just pushing up middle like he doesn't care.
JW doesn't care. That's the thing. He does not give a monkey's. Ali goes down, and he will back off. That will be enough for now. Now, again, when we see the force buy on Mirage, I always want to refer to the force buy executes that we see from Tyson on both A and B. They don't do it very often for some reason, but when they do, it is beautiful and glorious, and almost always ensures a bomb plant at the very least. But so this is going to be hard. You can see Freiburg hoping for an engagement at relatively close quarters, but there will not be one. Fnatic will play their advantage, and you can see it there, the AK coming down, and not much to be done, peeking down all the way down mid here for NiP with a pistol. 1 frag, maybe a consolation onto Pronax, and that's going to be that.
The thing is with the force buys, you're completely right there. If you don't have any smoke grenades or even flashbangs to work with, it's very difficult to get a frag going whatsoever. Like, unless you choose an area to go very fast and surprise them, working frags like in a 2-on-2 sort of setup, it's never going to happen for you. We know they can buy this round, so it's not too much of a problem, but I would like to see them do a little bit more of that and actually force out a bit more of something a bit more exciting. And now Alu picking up the AWP. This is where they could kind of change the pace, work some picks and see what's available.
Yeah, he has no helmet though, which means any dink from those M4s and he is out for the count. He's got to be quick on the trigger finger. We know he is, but will he be in this particular round? Look at the aggression from Fnatic. 2 people. Just as I'm going to just go for a morning, morning stroll through T-spawn and see if they find any nice flowers or anything. But let's see. There is a player in Palace, but it's been playing very passively all the way to the back in case there's a push. There is a push. And that push is about to find the bomb.
This is really, really cool. The fact they've had the aggression to push this far, they've got so much information. You can see they've got 3 guys towards B now, and they just have no idea. And that is a frag that should have been a little bit cleaner, but down they go. And this is a position now they can just kind of fall back. They know they've got control. Bomb is down, NiP on the back foot. They just need to control and contain them at this top mid area.
Now, NiP, they have an opportunity to try and make it to connector because the lurk from Palace has moved into the site and they're realizing that it's clear. So this could still spin around. Ali moving in now as well. Going to be paranoid of the short area. Again, there aren't that many nades, no smokes to ward off any area. So advantage NiP for now, but they need to continue finding the frags. It exists coming in with another pop flash. Second play coming in for support. They'll find a frag onto Olafmeister. Alu can hold down the connector area. Sees a bit of a gun, and he's going to find himself a frag and a tag. Can't get the follow-up, but surely a teammate can come and help. He won't need it, and the flank has not paid off for Fnatic because of the lurk in Palace.
I was going to say, he must have had the bomb, right? I couldn't really make that out on the radar we've got here. But that turned out to be amazing for them. They gained all that information and kind of went towards B, and with Exist waiting in Palace there, that was so crucial, and this is pretty crazy as well.
Boom.
Killing one, legging another, that has secured the round.
Give me all the damage, all of it.
Like, the moment they could call that the CT to push that far, Existus must have thought, wow, I'm actually in here. They're going to have no idea I'm coming in. Bomb goes down, and great round from NiP. Like, it kind of really shouldn't have gone in their favor, but they made it work for themselves, and now they're in a stronger position than they were before.
So, if we can have a quick look at the economy situation here, we can see that there's still some money there in the bank for Fnatic.
8K on Olafmeister there.
So indeed, they'll be able to drop something should this round go awry. But the re-smoke coming in just in time there to stop the engagement. And again, we talked about those smokes at the top of the connector area, which will allow the Ts to have control of it for free. Trades coming in towards the B bomb site. The bomb is very deep, and they've got to be careful there. Alu coming in on short, finding the frag. Gonna spot another player on the site. Get right, gonna sneak in. Get right, gonna find... Well, he's not going to find a frag, actually, because Alu's going to steal it. Planting the bomb for short, as Alu has cleaned out that area. Smoking off the shop area. Fnatic will continue to push 2 versus 4. Will they realize, oh, Olaf's going to get absolutely wrecked by Exist. We said he was important for his team. Crims has got someone behind him who's surely heard him. Alu finding another frag, going huge for his team with 3 frags. And NiP are definitely very much still in this game.
Yeah, some overfacing from Fnatic there. I don't think they had to actually face short at all, though. They need to force them to come to the bomb site. Alu picking up very important frags, but almost gifted to him. JW didn't need to face that angle whatsoever. He had no real way of responding to that with the AWP just looking down at him. And now they're going to be forced to an eco. Like, they've got no utility, they've got a Deagle, some PT50s, but ultimately this should be a round lock and secure for NiP.
It should be, but when is it?
It never is. It literally never is.
Yeah,
I don't even know why I'm saying it, to be honest.
Fingers crossed that NiP can show us a good anti-eco round here. Forest going to take down Pronax on short, but they're still Flusher to find. And you can see they've got a crossfire now into the connector area. They've got one person positioned in connector. If Flusher can get lucky here on short, will reposition. No, he will get taken down. So Flusher is gone. Forest now can just clear the corner towards B. Looking much better from NiP, and it's 11 to 12, so let's not forget the importance of them having a good anti-eco round in this particular round. JW still to find, will be found. Only one player going down. AWP saves as well. Good anti-eco by NiP.
Finally, a clean anti-eco from either team. It's been so back and forth here. Like, every single anti-eco seems to bring some sort of crazy situation. But nice work from them, playing together, frag for frag, making sure they get the kills and ultimately saving the economy. So here we go, the reaction now from Fnatic. We've seen them try some interesting pushes, hasn't really gone in their favor. Maybe just doing a nice default round here would just be what they needed. Nothing too crazy, just play the standard setup.
Right, so a standard start here for Fnatic. Not peeking mid straight away, and neither will NiP. Okay. And again, that is a super tight angle. There are 2 angles there. That's one of them, but you can see all the way through the balcony in a tiny gap. Alu finding an early frag onto Pronax as Fnatic seek some aggression, but will the aggression continue? You never know with Fnatic. That nade won't find any damage, and Flusher will continue to apply the pressure, and that will be enough to move NiP away from the B bomb site. But Flusher, look at him, he's still continuing the aggression in B, and this could allow another stack towards A from Fnatic.
Or a big play needs to come out. Someone needs to push and get some sort of information. When you're in a 5-on-4 situation, T's got such a huge advantage right now. They need to find a frag somewhere, or at least get some key information.
We've got 3 players deep into the site. There's going to be lots of dodgy angles for NiP to find. They're going to trade on Crims. That's great for NiP. Olafmeister's position is very important. This is a sneaky one, which is not always checked as the push comes in, especially while people are running distraction here. And again, there we go. Olafmeister going to get one frag traded again. Still working out for NiP, but 2 versus 2 now. Flusher and JW versus Alu and Exist. AWP and a rifle for both teams. JW looking for a wallbang. Not going to find it just yet. Exist down to 7 HP though. He's going to make an escape for now. Connector and Sandwich will be the position of the CTs for the moment. Has Alu even been detected here? He's going to find a frag onto JW, and he's got that close corners engagement. We'll see the tip of the gun, and that will be enough for him to get the frag. He'll be ready for it. You can see some hype coming out from Get Right there. We hear some clapping as well. Finally. And NiP take the lead.
That's good to see them getting into the game and getting that hype back. Like, for the last couple of games, we've seen them almost being sterile there. Like, no showing no emotion whatsoever. But sick play from Alu there. Like, this round,
boom.
I wasn't really a fan of this from Fnatic. They're almost forcing map control they don't need to. I said before, just play the standard round. Force NiP to come to you, but they're losing that control, and that was a really nice finish from Alu. He's really waking up and stepping up in these final stages of the game. Another eco now for Fnatic. They've lost 1 man already. Alu picking up yet another frag, but Flusher responds onto Get Right, and now to be a 4-on-3 situation.
Yeah, that jump will not pay off for Get Right. Unable to find the target. 3 versus 4. Exist will take down Pronax and Flusher. So this is looking really good for NiP. A bit of a cushion as well as Olafmeister and co. eco for their next buy. Tip of the gun seen, but Alu's going to shoot him straight in the face.
He's on form right now. He's firing on all cylinders. And obviously, it goes without saying, this is a massive round. And I really wish this Fnatic would do this a standard play instead of trying to push areas of the map and losing frags pretty much at the start of the round. NiP just kind of waiting for that and capitalizing on it.
Well, here we go. Fnatic, it is crunch time for them. Do or match point.
Sort of works.
Surprise. So, NiP with 4 over towards the A site, and the lurker, Mr. Get Right, over towards B. JW already left on about 20 HP. Forest trying to push CT, but Flusher will catch him just in time. The fish cannot escape the nets. Get Right coming into the connector area. There's no player on short as the full rotation is coming in. His lurk will pay off with 1 frag, but he'll be looking for that short player who isn't there and get taken out by Flusher. 4 versus 2. This could be an important hold for Fnatic. No more damage will be done by the NiP side. Fnatic coming in when they need to. Yeah, and they'll close the gap.
NiP like been playing very slow rounds, waiting for the pushes. They changed up the pace there straight away and just went into the A-bomb side very quickly. Like I said, Fnatic actually played a standard hold and managed to convert that one into a victory. But the money is just going to be rolling out for the rest of the game. Like, there's enough money on NiP to buy until the end. And it looks like they'll be doing something a little bit faster here, like Exist doing the smoke towards window. And there's a lot of guys towards the B area of the map.
Indeed. We may see some pushing through underpass. There is no lurker whatsoever towards A for NiP, so I'm quite curious as to what they have in mind.
Something's coming.
Maybe it's going to be a late mid presence. So holding passively again. Fnatic and co. Well, Fnatic have been so aggressive so far in this match that NiP seems to just be waiting for it. They've got a player in T spawn in case there is any aggression from Fnatic. There is none just yet. They realize the seriousness of the situation. Fnatic realize that if they lose this round, they are more than likely donezo on this map. JW going to get the frag onto Get Right. There's still a player in mid for NiP, just lurking around, which might suggest an A split, and that will keep 3 players towards A for the time being. Look at this tight angle though, and that's going to be Pronax down, but can NiP move on this fast enough? Only 1 player towards the B bomb site, and there are 3 Ts to contend with. Got sprays coming down, Alu taking a few tags, Flusher repositioning. He needs to stay alive while the rotation comes in from his teammates. We've got to push through T-spawn. Fnatic know where this push is coming in now. 4 versus 3. Flusher's doing great work on this B bomb site. Olofmeister coming in for the flank, and that might be enough to take the round here for Fnatic. Going to find the angle onto Freiberg. Alu followed up onto by JW as well, and we are all tied up once again.
Really interesting round for NiP though. I'm not really sure what the eventual plan was. All going towards the B area, like you said, no lurk whatsoever. Pronax over-facing for me. Like, they got the initial frag and he kind of got himself into a pretty questionable position. Forest picking up a frag, and then Flusher really had to step up on the bomb side, taking down 2 huge frags after getting flushed out of the bench area. And
nice.
Here we go then, the final round.
Okay, this time we have, I'd say, a lurker, but Alu's coming in straight away. He will be taken down by Olofmeister before he can find a frag. Early disadvantage for NiP. Again, a lot of angles, but I guess he had the spawn. Didn't pay off, however. Gamble not going to work out for NiP at a very clutch time. Again, 14-14. Forest coming into the ladder room. Again, you can bounce off the ladder to have a very fast peek into CPL, and he will do exactly that. Flash coming in. Maybe to try and suggest that nobody's in CPL from the NiP side, but indeed Forest is there. Could have possibly been spotted by the Fnatic side, but he's going to look the wrong way, and that's going to be a 2-man advantage for Fnatic. Can they take the lead once again? Krim's going for the frag. He will find the frag, traded, but it's 4 versus 2 now. 4 versus 3. The number's starting to disappear. What is happening? Exist versus 2 now, 1 on a rotation. He's coming in on the A slope. He saw a nade there, so they know where he is. All the players of both sides have disappeared very quickly. Exist now, unbeknownst to him. He needs to find a 1 versus 1 as we have a split of these 2 Fnatic players. And there he is. He's going to look the wrong way. JW finding the frag from CT. You can see the desolation on the faces of this Swedish side.
You've got to feel bad for NiP right now. If they lose another map here, 16-14, after coming so close and playing so well, they're going to be absolutely gutted going out like this. Forrest getting up at that window area, he needed to do more than that. He got through undetected and didn't manage to convert that to a frag. And I think the money's still, I was going to say pretty good, but look at that. They've got the Tech 9s and the armor. This could be it. They need to find something here.
And look at this relentless aggression. Fnatic will not be conditioned under any circumstances to not do whatever the hell they want to do. Olofmeister all the way up top mid, and that crushes the options for NiP. Exist going down, the first of what could be many in what could be the final round of this match. NiP have to get something going for them now. Freiberg's coming in aggressive around the corner of the smoke, but Olofmeister is ready and waiting, rotating his position, finding a third frag as Olofmeister. JW going down. Olofmeister looking for an ace. Get right to an Alu on the other side of the smoke here. Going to spot somebody on the toll booth, but it will result in no frags. Olof goes down. Only Get Right remaining versus 3.
Yeah, he's clapping.
He has the bomb. He doesn't have the bomb, actually. Excuse me, Fnatic do, and that will be enough for Fnatic to take it 16-14. A very close 2-0 indeed.
Just look at the lack of emotion for Fnatic. Like, most teams would be like cheering and screaming in that situation, just be one of your biggest rivals, and a little bit of happiness being shown there, but not the kind of hype I'd be looking for, but there we go. It's 2 16-14s. Could have gone either way, to be honest. Very exciting series, and to be fair, I think NiP played really, really well there. Like, a lot of people have wrote them out of this tournament completely, saying they need to evolve, and I think they have. I think they've showed they can keep up with this level of play. They're doing some a big adaptation, changing their tactics up every step of the way. And Alu, for me, was a real standout player on Mirage. Some really vital picks as well.
Yeah, and again, a great performance by NiP against a team who are known for their dominance over NiP. They really held their own in that map. Again, it could have gone either way, and they will lament those facts as Fnatic go through to tomorrow's semi-finals. So, NiP, they will be leaving. I believe there's an interview set up over in the tournament area, so we'll go over to Mr. Duffield. He's not ready just yet, so...
Getting the questions ready.
Indeed, he's putting his makeup on, putting his lipstick on.
He looks good in lipstick though, right?
He does?
Yeah, really nice. Just wait till you see this, it's going to be incredible.
Sounds great. So, NiP, they did themselves well. You know, they've come into a lot of criticism, and you know, they have, like, despite their performance against Flipside, you know, you can say they shouldn't have won, shouldn't have lost against Flipside, and that's absolutely correct. But they have shown some improvement here and there, despite that.
Absolutely agree. As we said that though, I think we're finally ready for the interview, and it's going to be Olofmeister joining James Duffield. James, take it away.
Thank you, guys. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm not wearing any lipstick. Maybe next time I'll go try and find some for you. I am here with Olofmeister. How are you, my friend?
Feeling really good. It was the first map was close, but the second map shouldn't have been that close. But it feels good.
Yeah, it seems like you both teams, both of you, whenever you play, you always go down to the wire, right?
Yeah, it's all, I don't know what or why, but
it's hard to separate.
Yeah, I'm so. But yeah, always against NiP, they're always close games.
How much do you love Train?
It's a good map. I'm not gonna lie, but like, I have never played that good on Train before, so it was good.
How are you sad that you didn't get 40 kills?
Actually, I am, yes. I had the last guy. I was jumping up on the train, and we already won that round, so I wanted to kill him. The most important thing is to win.
And at the moment, I know everyone's been saying on the desk, you guys at the moment, undisputed #1 in the world. How did you guys feel last night, having gone down into the lower bracket?
Well, to me, it doesn't care if we go, like, as long as we go through the groups, I don't care where we place first or second, because the teams right now, doesn't really matter. As long as you go to the playoffs, you're going to meet a really good team. It doesn't matter. So for me, I just want to go through. But of course, we wanted to have a day free here in Valencia, man. It's kind of cool. But, well.
It would be nice, a day on the beach.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, you are through to the final day, into the semi-finals. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And I will pass it back to you guys on the desk to analyse what we just saw.
Now, I know enough about Olofmeister to know that he's having a bit of a joke there. He didn't want a day on the beach at all. He loves to win things. But it is kind of frustrating when you do keep winning things. You don't have any spare time at all when you're at tournaments. You're always playing. Anyway, it was a great game. I want to pick your brains about all the stuff we saw. But here's just a thought, first of all. Alu had an amazing game, right? Dropped 30-plus frags, looking really good. Rifle and AWP. Game's poised. Looks like NiP are going to win it. An inexplicable push through smoke, and he gets picked. No support, no chance at a key part of the game. Is that something that we should be criticising him for? Is that something that we say is a game-costing mistake?
I can't remember what moment we're talking about specifically.
It was 14-14, and I think he must have had a good spawn for A.
He did.
So he rushed through a smoke with an AWP. For me, you can do that with a rifle, but with an AWP, there are so many angles to look at. You have to scope, aim, and fire, and he couldn't do it fast enough. I think it was Olofmeister on the toll booth, or someone on the toll booth, Yeah, I'm certain it was Olofmeister found the frag. If it was an AK, personally, I think it's more reasonable. I'd like to hear what these guys think.
Yeah, I agree. It's more reasonable with an AK. The problem is, NiP was winning. They were playing the slow-paced default game, and they had won 5-6 rounds in a row at that point. And all of a sudden, they decided to do that kind of risky play. So I don't know. Maybe he was just feeling it. Okay, I have the best spawn. I'm gonna go through the smoke. I know how Creams plays that stairs towards that A site. I don't know. But I feel like they could have just, as soon as he saw the smoke, he should have just fallen back.
Well, we're going to bring the clip up now, actually. I got production to just go through it because it really stood out to me as... This for me, is the microcosm, the frustrations of NiP. As I said, Ali was having a great game. And then just to do this...
It is...
14-14.
Super high risk.
It is, exactly. But here's the worst part about it. I'd say there's nobody there with him to back him up. There isn't even anybody to maybe get that trade.
He's got the spawn, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's what he's counting him on. Like, you can't just say, oh, we can't take any spawns here. Like, a lot of people will do spawn-based CS. Like, with the AWP,
yeah,
like,
no, I
I
totally
understand when you see the smoke, but that's the whole idea. The CTs might not necessarily be expecting it. With no flashes coming over or anything like that, it's a risky play for sure, but there's no reason why he couldn't have pulled it off. When he's hitting the shots he was.
Okay,
like,
but so there's the question then. At that point in the game where it's like,
I
must win,
understand what you're saying, but...
why take the high risk?
Because it's like when you're firing on cylinders, hitting the great shots, putting out a huge performance. Like if you're in that confidence zone, like sometimes it's hard to contain these big players. They think, guys, I think I can make this shot. Maybe he just thought he was too committed. Once he went for the smoke, he still fancied it. Like I understand what you're saying in the point that like it's too high risk at that sort of situation, but what happened. If he'd have made that shot, you would be saying, well, what a fantastic play there. Great stuff from him.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. But I say it all the time. I think you've got to play the percentages. I'll bring you in here again. You're another player, so maybe you've got a different view, Henry.
I kind of agree with you both. I think it's a good play to go for the peak if you have that super good spawn, especially when you're playing as good as Aldi did. However, when that smoke goes down, he really should fall back because throwing that early smoke actually indicates, okay, we're actually expecting you to go for something fast here.
Yeah.
And that's when you should, okay, maybe we should just fall back, go for the default, wait for the smokes. Because they have actually wasted one smoke towards that A side so early in the round. They could actually abuse that fact.
Absolutely.
There are different types of peaks in that scenario as well, because sometimes you can see a CT coming out of CT spawn to run into connector, and that's where you can really punish them.
Definitely.
Just like on Cash, where the Ts can get a good spawn and punish a CT for crossing towards the white box. The same thing can happen on Mirage. It didn't happen in that situation, so he went to see what he could find. Often you can catch the CTs setting up, but risk rewards.
And just a few thoughts overall about NiP's performance. I mean, that was a close series, it's got to be said, and at points NiP were in control against Fnatic. I thought Fnatic's class did show overall, but that was a much better showing from Fnatic than, from NiP than what we saw when they were getting rolled by Flipside, for example. So just some thoughts about NiP now they're out of the tournament.
I think they've bounced back nicely. I think they've assessed their game. A lot of people said they had to evolve going in future tournaments. I think they have. It seems like they've got a much better understanding of the game and how it's developing. They're adapting. It's a lot more dynamic. They're pushing certain positions with AWPs, with flashbangs, and surprising teams, especially on their CT side. I think their CT side's improved tenfold. I think it's looking a lot stronger. Unfortunately, like losing like that, 16-14 twice in a row, you've got to be absolutely gutted. Like I was saying to James as we finished the first map, you're saying, oh, they probably were quite happy with that result. Like, I think that's more crushing, going all that way and having such a great series and then just losing out the final round and doing silly mistakes towards the end. So I think they'll be very frustrated with it, but obviously it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I completely agree with Henry G. NiP has actually been improving lately. Many people are just trashing NiP at this point because of all the poor performances. The Flipside game at EWC, for me, that was more of a choke from NiP's part. They won the first map 16-1.
Yeah, 16-1, yeah.
Yeah, and before that, in the FACEIT League Online, they beat a lot of the top teams. I think they beat Navi, I think they beat Virtus Pro. They've been playing a lot better, and now they just barely lost to the best team in the world, Fnatic. And it's so hard for them because they're going out of the group stage now as well. So it's, even though they're playing better, it just isn't enough.
Yeah. James, anything to add? Final?
Yeah, but one thing to add to that is that I'd say the FACEIT finals are not like other finals. Like you go out in the group stage, you look at the other teams in the group stage. There's no dead weight here at all. So you can go out in the group stage, but to the best team in the world. So, what can you do with that? On paper, it might look bad, but when you look at all the information there, you can see, it's It's a bloodbath.
Yeah, that's true. But for NiP, they will always think of their past.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem for them. And of course, they can never go back to 87-0.
Yeah, we're never going to see that again.
Yeah, no, for no team ever, probably. So, but they still have that in their back of their mind. So I don't think they're happy until they are the best team again.
Yep. Well, so it's a shame for NiP fans, obviously for NiP themselves, but to the victor, the spoils, and of course, Fnatic, Imperius again doing just enough. Measured performance, I guess is the best way to describe it, against NiP. And the key right at the heart of that performance was Olofmeister again.
Especially on train.
Yeah.
Like 39 frags. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
Like, being able, when your team's only winning 16-14 as well, you've got to question how much of the dead weight he's pulling along with him. 39
All
frags.
of it.
Yeah, well, like that it really like exciting performance from him. Like, you kind of didn't realize as we were casting it, but he was the one getting 2 or 3 frags, and every single round they won, he was the linchpin there. And this was crazy. I love this moment. I don't think they managed to win this round, but he was just firing on all cylinders, and unfortunately wasn't able to get the 40 bomb. But yeah, sensational performance from him.
This was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's getting late here, but that had me out of my seat, and it takes a lot to get me out of a seat.
Crikey, your assistant's getting back in
you
again.
can ask my girlfriend now. You know, we have to get the winch out. It's it's all kinds of awkward. But seriously, that was huge play from him, and just, you know, this is why he's the best player in the world, because he just, even on an off day, he's still absolutely sick, and then on a day like that, you know, he's wrecking Get Right and people like that. You know what I mean? Some of the best players that have ever played the game. Just
touching on Get Right, he was phenomenal as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he had some really key moments there, like moments where NiP looked completely out of it, especially on Mirage as well. The one that sticks out of my mind is when he jumped up on their toll booth and got that AK spray, like flicking from one to the other. Like, that spray control in that sort of situation was absolutely sick. And I don't think we'll get that one up on screen, but we had it before. It was really impressive. Really enjoyed it.
So Fnatic obviously are going to be through in the next round, and you heard them there, they're kind of a bit nonchalant about it. You know, like would have been nice to have a day on the beach. I don't think they really believe that. Do we think Fnatic still are the best team in the world? That they've got to be hands down favourites for this tournament, or the fact that TSM are kind of lurking, waiting in the wings, their kryptonite? Is that something that they're going to be thinking about overnight?
I'd say that TSM are very much kryptonite at the moment, but it doesn't mean it's they're an insurmountable task for Fnatic. So you'd have to have them as a slight favourite. You know, that there is a strong lineup left, and obviously Cloud9 now, maybe you can say that they're the wild card within the FT's Final Four, continually improving, and have been making multiple finals. So we'll see what they can do.
The thing about
but
today is they haven't had to play today. They're just observing everything. They've been just gathering that information.
Sean Grills will just be on the typewriter.
That's such an advantage of them. Not playing at all today. Just watch every single game, see what current things are developing, and that's going to be really beneficial to them.
I'm sure Freakazoid's been hanging out by the pool, just chilling out, you know. But look, so yeah, you're absolutely right. We shouldn't write off Cloud9, and with that in mind, we'll take a quick look at the bracket that we're going to be bringing you for the final day of the DreamHack Open Valencia, powered by FACEIT. You can see there, TSM versus Na'Vi in the first semi-final. I'm absolutely psyched about that one. That's going to be an absolute monster of a game. And then in the other semi-final, of course, Cloud9 versus Fnatic, which is a replay of the ESL, ESEA Pro Series final, where Cloud9 actually did give them a game. I mean, I shouldn't, you know, it'd be remiss of me not to mention that. So, Bjorn, some thoughts about that?
Well, we're here talking about Fnatic, TSM, who is going to win. I actually want to bring up Na'Vi. If Na'Vi is able to beat TSM, they have a chance to win this tournament. And the funny thing is how the top teams now match up, TSM, Fnatic, and Na'Vi. I actually think Na'Vi has a bigger chance of beating TSM than Fnatic. And Fnatic seems to have an easy time with Na'Vi, so it's kind of that like
matchup.
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be really interesting to see if Na'Vi manages to beat TSM.
What about you, James? Looking at that bracket, I mean, if you were a betting man, which I'm sure you're not, where would you put your money?
The thing is, you could mix up all these 4 teams in like any way, and you would have really, really good matchups. With the way they are now, I kind of want to see Cloud9 upset Fnatic.
Same.
Because they've come so close, and I think it would be so good for them if they went all the way. But if I had to put my money on someone, I wouldn't bet, to be honest with you, because it's scary, man. All these matches, I think, could really go either way. I'd just keep my money in my pocket.
I agree with James. I'd love to see Cloud9 get to another final and finally close one out and actually prove that they can do it and finish a final. I think today, like I said before, is very, very beneficial to them, working out what the other teams are doing. So yeah, bring on tomorrow. Like, I don't want to give any 2-0 predictions or anything like that. I'd like to see Cloud9 progress. I think TSM will take down Navi. I think that's going to go down. But as far as we're concerned, let's see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, so a super exciting day at Counter-Strike to look forward to. And of course, thanks to you gentlemen for staying the distance and casting some great games, especially Henry. I think we need a special salute to you. You've done a bit of everything today.
Just a salute from you will be fine after last night's barrage of snoring. That's caused me 0 sleep here, so please forgive my appearance right now. I've had 0 sleep thanks to Richard Lewis.
Right, yeah, but hang on, what happened on the first night, Henry? No, you wanted to do this. You want to have a domestic, right? We'll do it. All right. So on the first night, yeah, okay, this guy gets in drunk. He's like, wake up. It's like 4 a.m. He's shaking me. I'm like, mate, what you doing? He goes,
is this what
he goes, we haven't got work tomorrow. When I'm doing Heroes of the Storm, mate. I'm up at 9 a.m.
At which point I slowly backed away.
Yeah, he slowly backed away. Yeah. Slowly backed away.
Sorry.
Went into his vampire pose in the bed and then snored for about 6 hours constantly.
Okay, we'll call it quits.
Yeah,
nice.
we're quits.
I bet you're living in regret right now.
Yeah. So don't. What goes on tour stays on tour, mate. Anyway, as I said, it was great to get all your thoughts over the course of the day. It's going to be an epic day tomorrow. I can't wait for it. Obviously, thanks to all of the sponsors for today. That's Intel, HyperX, Razer, Monster Energy, EIZO, Vulcun, and Alienware. Thanks to all of their support and making this great tournament possible. And we're going to be back in the studio at 1:30 in the afternoon local time tomorrow. Get some rest. You're going to need it. It's going to be epic. We'll see you then.